Good morning to all. I am Priyank Lohia, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Department, SIIT Excellence. And today we will learn about the welding. And in a welding, gas welding, we have studied, right? I have set the screen. So, what is the gas welding? Introduction of gas welding, oxyacetylene gas welding, types of welding flames. So we will discuss about these topics in a gas welding process. Right? So gas welding process, a fusion welding process which join the metal using a heat of the combustion of an oxygen, air and fuel gas. Fuel gas, that is acetylene, hydrogen, propane and butane. Right. It is a mixture of usually referred as a gas welding. So in a gas welding, fusion is takes place by the heat of the combustion of oxygen and a fuel gas. The intense heat, that is flame, thus produce melt and fuse together the edge of the part to be welded, generally with the addition of the filler metal. The fuel gas generally employed is acetylene. Generally, the acetylene is used as a fuel gas. However, the gases other than the acetylene can also be used through with lower flame temperature. Oxyacetylene flame is most versatile and hottest of all the flames produced by the combination of the oxygen and other fuel gas. Other gases such as hydrogen, propane, butane, natural gas, etc. may be used for some welding and brazing application. So this is the diagram of the gas welding. In a gas welding, we have seen that there one is a welding rod, welding torch, welding rod just act as a filler rod, right? And the welding torch, in a welding torch tip, the fuel gases and oxygen mixture comes and mix here, and then it reacts and generate the heat, and this heat is fuse the metal edges, and then welding process is done at particular fusion welding direction. In this process, the acetylene is mixed with oxygen in correct proportion in a welding torch and ignited. The flame resulting at the tip of the torch is sufficiently hot to melt and join the parent metal. Oxyacetylene flame reaches a temperature of about 3300 degrees Celsius and thus can melt most of the ferrous and non-ferrous metal in common use. The filler metal rod or welding rod is generally added to the molten metal cooled to build up the seam slightly for greater strength. So these are the oxyacetylene welding process and how to create the heat at the torch tip. Right. Type of the welding flame. The oxyacetylene welding flame is most important mean to control the welding joint and the welding process. The correct types of flame is essentially for the production of satisfactory weld. The flame must be of the proper size, shape and condition in order to operate with a maximum efficiency. So here is basically three types of oxyacetylene flame are used: natural welding flame, carburizing welding flame, or oxidizing welding flame. So these are the oxyacetylene flame used for control the welding joint and welding process. This is the diagram of all the three types of flame: neutral flame, oxidizing flame, and carburizing flame. In a neutral flame, the neutral flame result when approximately equal volume of oxygen and acetylene are mixed in a welding torch and burned at a torch tip. The temperature of the neutral flame is of order of about 3 to 60 degrees Celsius. It is a clear, well-defined inner cone indicating that the combustion is complete. The inner cone is light blue in color. The neutral flame is named so because it affects no chemical change on the molten metal and therefore will not oxidize or carburize the metal. Neutral flame is commonly used for the welding of mild steel, stainless steel, cast iron, copper, and aluminum. So these are the characteristics of neutral flame. Next is carburizing or reducing flame. Carburizing or reducing flame has excess of acetylene. Excess of acetylene as compared to the oxygen, right, can be recognized by the acetylene fissure which exists between the inner cone and the outer envelope. The outer flame envelope is longer than that of the neutral flame and is usually much brighter in color. Reducing flame may be distinguished from the carburizing flame by the fact that the carburizing flame contains more acetylene than the reducing flame. Reducing flame has an approximate temperature of 303 degrees Celsius. It is used for welding with low alloy steel rod and for welding those metal that do not tend to absorb the carbon. This flame is used very well used for welding high carbon steel. So these are the introduction and the complete characterization of the carburizing welding flame. Next one is oxidizing welding flame. The oxidizing flame has the excess of oxygen as compared to acetylene. Excess of oxygen over the acetylene. The oxidizing flame can be recognized by the small cone which is shorter, much bluer in color and more pointed than that of the neutral flame. The outer flame envelope is much shorter and tend to fan out at the end. It is the hottest flame, temperature of about 6300 Fahrenheit, produced by the very produced by any oxy-fuel gas sources. But excess oxygen, especially at high temperature, tend to combine with many metal to form hard, brittle, low-strength oxidized and oxidizing flame is limited use in welding. It is not used in a welding of steel. Slightly oxidizing flame is helpful when welding copper-based metal and zinc-based metal. So these are the features of oxidizing welding flame. So this all about the oxy-acetylene welding, oxygen gas welding, and I hope you have understand about the gas welding process. So thank you so much. I hope we will learn more in the next video. Thank you so much.